Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to take a look at the Queen Charge Hog Rider attack, and we're not using any jumps, any earthquakes or any ramps for this one. We're relying only on the Warbreakers, and we used that yesterday in the English live stream, and it worked really well for us. We went 7 out of 7 in on Legend Day and on stream, so it was crazy nice. By the way, if you guys want to take part in the next English live stream, make sure to tune in at Sunday, like tomorrow, from 6 to 8 p.m. CET. Make sure to get that time zone correct. We are streaming the Charity War, and we're going to stream the Birthday War of Carbonfin. Huge shout out to him for organizing everything around that. It's gonna be a 50 versus 50, only Townhall 13. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So make sure to tune in there. And today, Carbonfin is already gonna stream on Twitch. So make sure to check that out. It's gonna be starting around like 8 p.m. So make sure to check his Twitch channel out around that time. But now let's get into the Queen Charge Hog Rider attack. And I will show you guys that, well, we were actually doing pretty well yesterday. And like I said, all of this on stream with only one fail. And that was the Queen Charge Dragon attack. Damn it. But yeah, it worked really well. Just to prove you guys that we were actually taking only with Queen Charge Hog Riders and only one time with the Queen Charge Dragons. And I will show you today a couple of replays just to make sure that I can explain it properly. What are the goals for your Queen Charge? What are you going for with the Hog Riders? How do you place them? Why do I not bring an Earthquake for the Hog Riders to activate the Townhall? All those questions, we're going to answer those today in the video. So let's check out the first replay. And the first attack is all about, or like most of the attacks are all about, how you guys can use the strategy on your own. What are the goals of the separate path? Like, what should you go for with your Queen Charge? What should you go for with your Hog Riders and stuff like this? And there are a couple of really well-known bases in there as well, where I can just show you guys how to triple those easily with the Hog Rider attack. So this one is going to be the first base, and let's talk about the Queen Charge. The Queen Charge should get a couple of enemy heroes. You do not take to take out all of them. Like, the enemy Queen is nice to have actually, but it's not the main priority. And that's the strange thing, which a lot of people have to think about, because Queen Charge Hogs is not about anymore taking out the enemy Queen. This is something from the past. This is all about on Townhall 12, but not for Townhall 13. On Townhall 13, you're going for value in defenses. And in defense, I mean buildings, which means go for the Eagle, go for the Townhall, Inferno Tower, stuff like this. And most importantly, the scatter shots. The scatter shots are super annoying. If you can take out one of, or even two of those, it's perfect. But let's check out my attack. I'm going for a couple of heroes. I already took out the enemy Royal Champion and already took out the enemy Queen, which are, like I said, nice to have, but I will show you a couple of attacks later on where I'm not taking out too many heroes and I'm still going to triple. So on this one, my goal was basically to walk down the left side, like, let me draw on this one, like all the left side, but my Queen decided to go into another direction, which in the end turned out really well for us, because she can reach the Inferno Tower from the outside, which means the first Inferno Tower for us is down. That's nice. And the next thing is there are 3 ground expos actually, which are super annoying for any ground attack, but we do not care since we're using Queen Charge Hogs. So let's check it out. 1 loon on the right side just to make sure that the cannon is going down. And as soon as the Eagle is down, we can start with the Hog Riders. Now, let's get to the question, how do you place the Hog Riders, and why do I not have an Earthquake? Like, most of the strategies with Hog Riders and Queen Charge Hogs especially use an Earthquake to activate the Townhall, just to make sure that you can secure most of the time the second star. The reason why we're not bringing a freaking Earthquake is we have a Slammer. We do not care about an Earthquake. We can use 2 freezes, which is way more value, and this makes this strategy way stronger. The Hog Riders, you should always deploy the Hog Riders together with the Royal Champion. This is one of the things which are in most of the attacks the same. There are a couple of times where it's not like that, but most of the time it is the case. I'm using a couple of free spells for the Townhall, and on this point, like from this point on, the attack isn't looking too well actually. But then the Slammer is opening up, and we can see all of the 9 Hog Riders, like 9 freaking Hog Riders are in this Slammer. This is crazy. And right after that, using the Royal Champion ability, clearing the last couple of defenses and then finishing up the base. That's another really important thing. Do not use the Royal Champion ability too early, except you have to. Otherwise, always save your Royal Champion ability up to the last 4 defensive buildings. The reason for that is otherwise you run into a lot of time issues. We'll have that in a second again. So the next next attack is going to be on Ragnarok over here, and on this one we have once again a really famous base, I guess. And on this one I will show you guys you do not have to go for the queen. On this base we're abusing kinda like this small gap in between of the Dark Elixir drill and the air defense, which means we can start our queen over here, walk her down, and then funnel with the king, wall break over here, and then get the queen once again up there. Which means we can get rid of the ego and we can get rid of 2 freaking scatter shots. This is crazy value for us because, like I said, heroes are no longer anymore the most important things for queen charge hogs. And this is a huge game changer because this means most of the queen charges which you were going for before that, or like on tower 12, you could bait that. Like you could put the heroes on one side, all of the ground traps like spring traps, etc. on the other side, which made Hog Riders really hard to execute. But on tower 13, you cannot really predict the entry because you could go for the heroes, like everyone basically, but you could do something really creative as well with going for a complete other, with going for something completely different value-wise, which means like for scatter shots, for the eagle. And I want to show you guys today on how to use this different way, because the other way isn't really working too well most of the time and people adapt it with traps. So let's check it out. Poison on the enemy CC in a second, and this is looking really good. The witches are a little bit annoying because they will hit my healers, but my healers will survive. So that's like the most important thing at that moment. The enemy loon is going down, 1 coconut loon and with baby dragon at the top just to funnel my queen inside. And now just waiting. I mean, Hog Riders do not take too long anymore because they have now the Royal Champion, which means it's only way faster. I used the wall breakers too late. That's on me, but now I'm just using a rage just to get my queen a little bit faster through all of those walls, which are a little bit annoying. And now for me it's all about collecting the percentage, because I want to not delay the slammer. I want to use the slammer with my main push. That's like the goal, which means I see, okay, there are 2 builder huts, which means it's the easy percentage for me, but still add a couple of more wizards on the outside just to get to pick up a couple of more buildings and percentage. Now at 43, 44% already. Now the Hog Riders are coming in. 1 test Hog Rider, then the Warden in behind, the Royal Champion in behind, and now just check it out. We have King and Queen at the bottom, which normally means you could never ever use Hog Riders in there. But with having the Royal Champion behind our Hog Riders, the enemy Queen is not standing any chance. With all of those ground skeletons, we do not care. My Royal Champion is clearing those skeletons out with ease. Meanwhile, we have our Slammer at the bottom clearing out defense after defense, and still the King is still alive. We do not care. We have so many Hog Riders, and now the Royal Champion to get rid of the bomb tower, which is a little bit annoying. But still, this is an easy triple for us. We have 3 heroes alive, we have a ton of Hog Riders alive, and this means another triple for us. But I would say, let's check out the next attack, because we have many to go, and well, all of those are looking pretty good, and always something new in there. So let's check out the next attack, and this base is once again kind of like a famous one. In my opinion, it was really famous on Townhall 12 at least, and I see a lot of people are using it for Townhall 13 as well, because it's really strong. It's really annoying to attack, and it's a combination of anti 3 and anti 2, because the Townhall looks kind of easy to get, but at the same time there are so many scatter shots now behind there. The expos are really annoying, the Inferno towers, it's just super annoying to attack. And then the air defenses on the back end. I don't know, I hate this base normally. But with the new Queen Charge Hogs, it's normally pretty easy to get through. So what is the goal? Like, what do I go for? And once again, I have to highlight it again. You want to go for defenses. You want to go for buildings, which means we want to get rid of this Inferno Tower. And obviously, we will get this Scatter Shot, we will get the Town Hall. And in addition to that, we are getting gifted a couple of heroes as well. Even though heroes are not as important as before that, they're still really nice to get. It's not like a bad thing getting the heroes out of the way, because this means your Royal Champion behind the Hog Riders will be even stronger, because your Hog Riders will move faster through the base, which means less heals and less spells overall needed. So, For me, this queen charge is looking really well. We got already rid of the enemy royal champion. Now my queen is going to be on the town hall, getting rid of the enemy CC, using a poison. So like a poison right now is really strong against the lava hound in the defensive CC. If you can place it perfectly, you can catch all of the pups with your poison. My poison was a little bit off, so I caught only like about 90% of the pups. But for now, I do not need another rage. I can delay a little bit longer and then wait for my queen going for the wizard tower. I think this guy already have all of the new wizard tower level, which is crazy. Okay, he should have went for the expos, but still looking really good for us. Now we can start off with our Hog Riders, and once again using the slammer to make the side a little bit smaller or like a little bit more slim, and then the Hog Riders with the Royal Champion in behind. And so far we took 2 out of 3 heroes already, which is nice for us. Now the heal spell when all of the Hog Riders are coming back together again, and so far this is looking great. Queen is under a lot of fire, and I'm using the freeze like always, way too late. But this attack, like this base is already wrecked. Like there's no need for my queen to survive. We have all of those hogs coming through, and once again I'm saving my Royal Champion ability for the last 4 buildings. This is a huge thing, because normally on Queen Charge Hogs, you always had time issues. You guys remember maybe back to the point with the party wizards, where the Queen Charge Hogs was so strong because there were basically no time issues. With the Royal Champion, those time issues are gone once again, because with using my Royal Champion ability in the end, this means my Hog Riders can stay in the middle and split up. Without the Royal Champion ability, they would have needed to go for all of the Tesla and would have needed to go back once again following the trash buildings, which means this causes way more likely a time fail. So this is way better for getting those normally time fails, a triple for that. So this is a huge change for the Hog Riders as well. And one last attack for you guys, where I'm showing that you guys do not need an earthquake. Like you can always go work around that. For example, if you have really low percentage and you need to go into the town hall, there are a couple of tricks with it. I will show that to you guys now. So for this base, if you guys are saying, okay, Itsu, yeah, this guy's only taking rushed bases, well, let's check out this base. 3 max Inferno Towers, 4 maxed X-Bows, which are one of the most important defenses against charges, for example, on Town 13. We have a maxed Eagle. We have pretty well upgraded heroes. Only level 5 Royal Champion, okay, but level 70 King and level 70 Queen. Level 46, I think, yeah, 46 Warden. So nothing too bad. The scatter shots are upgraded or like are placed as well. I never can see whether they're level 2 or level 1. I don't know, I'm super bad at this. But still, Queen Charge is going in, and I'm using a couple of Coconut Loons. You guys have 4 Coconut Loons with this army. Use them. If you're losing a healer against maxed Expos, if you want to charge a base, this is not working well, trust me. So, we are using a lot of rages in the beginning just to get through out of this. I'm using a couple of war breakers. I do not really want to get in there. It's basically just for testing for traps and stuff like this, like ground skeletons. Maybe we're getting a couple of ground skeletons out of the way of our Hog Riders or stuff like this. Once again, the poison was off a little bit. I need to use a free spell just to make sure that my queen is staying alive. Because of the damage which is over there. Now another rage to keep my queen alive, and the queen is looking good. But wait a second, we are only at 1 minute and 10 seconds roundabout in the replay, and we only have around about 30%. What is going on? What do I do? The easy decision is just send my Hog Riders in and just save the slammer. Like, I do not freaking need the earthquake. We're just working around the town hall. We are not using the wizards ASAP behind my Hog Riders, because this means I could get the percentage. I do not want my Hogs to kill the Town Hall. I want my Hogs to pass the Town Hall, and as soon as the Town Hall is somewhere alone, I can use my Slammer on there. I'm a little bit unlucky that I'm catching like 3 Black Mines immediately, which is a bit unfortunate, but still, you guys will see why this is still so strong, because the Hog Riders are getting through the last part, and with having always the Royal Champion ability saved, this means we can finish the Town Hall with this. You guys saw, my Slammer caught 3 Black Mines, which means he didn't drop once, and my Hogs cannot finish the Town Hall. That's how it works. The Town Hall is way too strong now, but we saved the Royal Champion ability, and this means the Town Hall is going down with the ability, and this means this is going to be another 3-star. And you guys saw as well, the Town Hall was maxed, by the way. So this is Queen Charge Hogs. It's one of the strongest strategies out there at the moment. It's just crazy. I hope you guys liked today's video, and like I said, if you want to check out my live stream, make sure to tune in tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. CET. I will see you guys hopefully there, and until then guys, bye bye and see ya.